Hello, my fellow vocal expressionists. I hope you're all doing well. I'm referring to you as vocal expressionists because we all have unique speaking and selling voices. And if you want to do voiceovers, you need to understand that there are enormous opportunities for you in the voiceover industry. Two voices may sound alike, but they can never ever be the same. There's a place for you in the industry. No matter what area it is, no matter the texture of your voice, there's always something for you to do. All right? This is a craft that cuts across all demographic groups. You can be a 5 year old, you can be a teenager, you can be middle aged, you can be in your ripe old age and still earn money from doing voiceover. All right. So you don't need to worry about how old you are. You don't need to worry about whether or not your voice is good enough. You know, all you need to focus on is your ability to use your voice and to focus on how best you can use it to get productive results. I'd like to thank you all so much for having me because it's always a delight to be able to share my knowledge about this craft. I'm extremely passionate about doing voiceover, and I really wish and hope that everything that I'll be sharing with you today will be insightful, that there will be insightful tips that would help you to build a plan and to be more practical with your careers. Um, there's only one secret to becoming a successful voice artist, which is for you to be practical and intentional about your plan, about your strategy. You always need to plan, all right? Don't form a habit of procrastinating and leaving things unattended to. So if you need to do something today, you have to do it today. If you want to do something tomorrow or you need to do something tomorrow, you have to do it tomorrow. Stop developing a habit of procrastinating, so to speak. That is what all voice talents have in common. They are strategic, they have a plan, and they reach their goals. All right. A very good place to start as an aspiring voiceover talent is for you to build curiosity. Always ask yourself, what can I do with my voice? Because it's not a question of where the opportunities are, but how best you can use your voice to get these opportunities in the industry. There are so many areas, there are so many areas in voiceover. Apart from radio and TV commercials, there are so many areas. But you need to ask yourself, what can I do with my voice? How best can I use my voice? You need to understand what your vocal techniques are. You need to understand that you need to do vocal warm-ups, exercises. You need to be articulate. When you speak, you need to be audible. When people listen to you, they should be able to hear what you're saying. The way you pronounce words, you have to pronounce words correctly. All of these things matter. And then you need to focus on your vocal abilities. Can you sing? If you can sing, you can delve into jingle productions. You can sing and do voiceovers. That's an area in voiceover. You being able to sing songs and compose jingles. So can you sing? Can you act? Can you do impressions? Some people can talk like Obama. They can talk like Buhari. They can make impressions of so many kinds of celebrities. So many celebrities in the world. If you can do all of these things, they count. They count for something. So note it down. Make a note of it. How many languages can you speak? If you can speak Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, whatever language it is that you can speak, even if you feel that, oh, my language is a minority or my language belongs to a minority group, don't worry. I have seen auditions that request talents that can speak Ibibio, that can do epic voiceovers. So there's a place for you in the industry. Make a note of everything that you can do with your voice, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities. There are some people who are born as tongue twisters. Some people are natural tongue twisters. But vocal techniques will help you to develop your abilities, your skills, how to modulate, how to inflect, how to create a balance in volume. All of these things matter. So as you make a note of everything that you can do with your voice, then you'll be able to carve a niche for yourself in the industry. Then you'll be able to understand where you fall into, what category that you fall into. All right, so that's a good place to start. If you're aspiring to be a voice artist, if you're aspiring to be a successful voiceover talent, you need to find out everything that you can do with your voice. All right, and then every voice artist has one thing in common: passion. You have to be passionate about this craft. If you're not passionate about it, you need to spend this time, you need to spend now building your passion. You have to be extremely passionate because it is your passion that will help you, enable you to be accessible. It is your passion that will enable you to be accessible, to be visible, to be consistent. So you need that feel, you need that energy, you need to develop that passion that would help you to push forward through your career, because every voiceover career, every individual's voiceover career is like a journey. All right, so you need the passion, you need to build your passion. All right, and then you need to get trained, guys. You need to get trained. All right, it doesn't matter what level you are in, it doesn't matter whether you've been doing voiceovers before, or you're just starting, or you're just trying to delve into the craft. You need to get trained. Now, I personally know a lot of people who are self-taught voice artists, but the danger of being a self-taught artist is that you will not know how to apply techniques, vocal techniques, to the art. All right, because voiceover is an art. It's not just you talking with your voice or talking into the microphone because you have a beautiful voice, or because you have a bass voice and people are hailing you and saying, oh, you have a beautiful voice. It's beyond that. All right, there are so many phases to the craft, and it's a holistic thing. It's a holistic thing. If you can get everything together, then you will be successful. But you need to get trained. All right, a good training institution will help you to understand how to apply your vocal techniques, how to modulate, how to inflect, how to do voice acting, because voiceover is voice acting. You need to act. You need to allow your expressions to create meaning through your delivery, and whoever is listening to you should be able to listen for believability, listen for authenticity in your voice. All right, voiceover is the art of performing words, or of giving meaning to words in a believable and authentic manner. Now note those two key words: believable and authentic. Every good voiceover should be believable. When people listen to you, they should be able to be spurred to action. A good voiceover should be tied down to consumer behaviors. So if you're selling a product, or trying to sell a service or an idea, at the end of the rendition, when the listener listens to you, they should be able to be spurred to action. Like, I want to buy this product, or I want to patronize this service, or even if they're not doing any of that, they should just be able to listen and appreciate the art in your voice and be able to say, oh, that was a good voiceover. All right, because of the authenticity of your voice, the uniqueness of your voice. All right, so you need to get training. You need to learn voice acting. A good training institution will teach you voiceover as a business. It's a business. It's not just a hobby or something that you love to do. It's a business. You need to keep track of your finances. You need to be educated about rates so that clients will not cheat you, in the long run. So you need to have the education. So a good training institution will teach you that. They will teach you script analysis, reading skills, acting skills, all of these things. And then they will also be able to follow up with your career advancement. So even after your training, they should be able to hold you accountable. That training institution should be able to hold you accountable to what phase you are and how you're faring, in your career. So a good training institution will do that for you. I had my training at the VoiceOver Academy, where I was able to get an all-round knowledge about the craft, how to charge, how to negotiate with clients, all of these things I learned at the academy, and I'm still very grateful. I'm so grateful because all these knowledge that I gained there have helped me to become practical, have helped me to become confident, and have helped me to be able to do things professionally. All right, so you need to get trained. The danger of being a self-taught artist is that you continue to do things the same way, that you will not be able to apply techniques to your art, to your craft. So please seek training. All right, even if you cannot afford to do it now, even if you are saying, oh, I don't have the money, I cannot afford to do it now, no problem, you can save towards it. But just bear in mind that it's a good investment. It's something that would help you to achieve great results in the future. All right, so training, very, very important. And then you need good acting skills. Now you might be wondering, but I'm not an actor, how can I do voiceovers? You don't actually have to be an actor in real time or in real life to be a good voice actor. Okay, you just need to understand how to apply expressions, emotions to your reads, to your delivery. If you're supposed to be sad, if you're supposed to be excited, if you're supposed to be angry, disgusted, the listener should be able to hear all of these expressions in your voice. Because don't forget, voiceover is about performing words, or giving life to words, or giving meaning to words in a believable and authentic manner. All right, so if it's not believable, people will tune out of the message. All right, so you need to learn, you need to have good reading skills, how to act. So I'm going to run a very quick example by you. So let's take this sentence for example. Are you okay? Now that's a question, and it's also a sentence, but let's just do a quick exercise. So I can say it in three different ways, or I can say it in many ways. It just depends on the kind of rendition or the kind of interpretation that I'm trying to achieve. So there's, are you okay? You don't look fine. How? Are you okay? So there's that one, and there's, are you okay? Are you okay? And then there's, are you okay? So perhaps if you're teasing somebody, so you can express yourself in many ways. When you pick up a script, there's always a concept, there's always a mood. The script is always asking you to do something. So you need to follow through with that instruction. What is the script requesting you to do? What's the script requiring you as a voice artist to do? And then you follow through with that, and then you're able to self-direct yourself, because you know when you should be angry, you know when you should be sad, you should be angry, disgusted, sarcastic, seductive, any expression at all. You're able to carry it out because you understand what to do. So you need good reading skills. You should be able to analyze a script, and you should be able to make use of the punctuations in the script, know when to pause, know when to take in air, release breath. All of these things are important. And don't forget that while you're building curiosity is something that you should apply at every phase, every stage of your career. Even while you're learning, while you're getting trained, you should be able to build your curiosity, learn as many things as possible. Go online. You'll find so many instructional videos on YouTube, on vocal warm-ups, exercises, breath control, all of these things you need to learn. It will only cost you data. So you need to get that subscription on your phone and then go and find out, because there's no such thing as knowing everything. There's no voice artist that knows everything. There's always a quest to update your knowledge. So if you've learned this today, the way the industry was today is not the same way it's going to be tomorrow. The way the industry is today is not the same way it's going to be tomorrow. So you always need to update your knowledge. So you need good reading skills, good acting skills. You need to develop business skills, personal branding. You need to work on your personal branding. What are you doing to be visible, to your online presence? You need to work on that. Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? How can clients find you? How can they hire you? All of these things are important, right? So you need to work on that, even if you're shy. So you might be listening to me right now and you're like, wow, I'm shy. I don't know how to start, or I don't know how I can pick up my confidence. A very good way to start is to develop a plan. All right? If you're going to have to develop good reading skills and acting skills and business skills, you need to develop a plan. How often are you going to practice? All right? How often are you going to practice? You need to practice. If you're going to be a good reader and a good voice artist, you need to practice. That's why I said you need to you need to spend time building curiosity at this phase. Don't think about the opportunities available, because there are enormous opportunities for you. All right? So you need to develop a plan. In a week, how often can you practice? So you're students, so perhaps you'll be busy during the week, but weekends, how many hours or how much time can you dedicate to practice? 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. You need to develop, that time, that schedule that would help you to be more practical, okay? And while you're doing that, you're also checking that you're recording yourself, you're listening to yourself, and ensuring that you're creating, you're bringing about meaning. You're giving meaning to the words that you're saying. And a good way to develop your confidence is to practice in front of the mirror. Stand in front of the mirror. Read out loud. All right? If you do this consistently, I assure you that if you're somebody who's shy, if you're somebody who's, worried or doubtful about starting at all, you will pick up. Your confidence will be boosted. All right? So practice in front of the mirror. If you go to voices.com, you'll be able to gather as many scripts as possible. You'll see free scripts there. So if you're just wondering, how do I get scripts? There are a lot of scripts there for you to practice with. All right? So go to voices.com, download as many scripts as possible, practice from time to time. Okay? You can also pick up a storybook. So perhaps you're that person who loves to tell stories to children, or you love to read out loud, read stories. Pick up a storybook, pick up a novel, pick up a magazine, anything you find at all, read it and read out loud. Read it for meaning. Don't just read it for meaning. So if you're supposed to be angry, put that expression there, because these are the things that will help you to develop your acting skills. Okay? If you're also able to join an acting class or an acting club, it will do you a lot of good. Some of you might be actors already. That's an added advantage, because voiceover really is voice acting. There are so many areas in voiceover. You have radio and TV commercials, which is really the popular one, but that's not all there is to it. You have audiobooks. So people pay you good money to be able to translate their audiobooks into a voiceover, or their books into audiobooks, into audiobooks in voiceover. All right. So you can do audiobooks. There's ADR, automated dialogue replacement, which is basically what you find in Z-World, your Z-World series or Telemundo series. The original actors are Mexicans or Indians, but then voice artists that can speak English are paid to translate all of these messages to English. And there's a lot of money in that field. So ADR is another aspect. There's IVR, interactive voice response. Now you find that a lot in corporate agencies or telecommunication agencies. All right. So when you pick up your phone and you dial MTN or Etisalat or Glo, and you're hearing the voice that says, "Welcome to our customer care service. If you'd like to speak to a customer care agent, please press 1." All those kind of voices. You can do that in voiceover. That's another area. There's video gaming. There's teleprompters. Please wait while your transaction is processing. That's another area. You can do voiceover in fitness, in healthcare, transport, trailers, movie trailers, audio dramas or radio dramas, TV and radio imaging. There are enormous areas, but you don't need to worry about these areas because they already exist. The question now should be, what can I do with my voice? How can I improve my skills so that I can add value to these areas? All right. So you need good acting skills. I've spoken about building your personal branding. You need to do that. Okay. So if you're not on social media, you need to create a page, create a talent name. What do you want your talent name to be? Start creating content. Put your demos there. Create a demo. Now, a demo basically is a compilation of all your vocal abilities. Like I said, how many languages can you speak? Can you sing? Can you do impressions? How many celebrities can you talk like? You need to consider all of these things and put it together in a demo. Now, it's advisable for you to do your demo professionally, because your demo is like your vocal CV. It's like a CV, all right? And you want to ensure that while you're putting your demo out there, you are doing everything right, so that casting directors can find you and hire you for the right job, okay? So you need to create your demo. Your demo shouldn't be longer than a minute. It shouldn't be longer than a minute. So from 30 seconds to 1 minute, and do it professionally. Ensure that you go to a studio where they're able to understand, they have the nuance for voiceover, right? They're able to understand how important audio quality is, all of these things, and then puts together your demo for you. And then you can start looking for producers. Your networking skills, that's another point. You need to build on that. All right? Your networking skills have to be very, very, very strong. You need to look for producers, look for independent producers, agencies, the advertising agencies, because these are the guys that hire you. All right? And while you're doing that, you also want to create your own content, put your own content out there. There's some things that you might find online. You can just create it into voiceover, put it online. All right? If you have a beautiful voice, there's no use hiding it or keeping it to yourself. You want to ensure that you utilize it as much as possible so that you can get the required, the best results. Now, some of you may wonder, why am I always hearing one voice all the time on radio, TV? It's not because they are the most special voice artists out there. It's not because of that. It's because their networking skills are strong. Do you understand? Like, their networking skills are so strong. So you need to develop yours. Who are you talking to? How are you pitching? How are you approaching people? How are you talking to them? Now, that's even another aspect, because when you approach people and you talk to them, you need to be polite. Don't have that entitlement spirit. Don't go into people's DMs and going, "Hi, I'm a voiceover talent." And so, be polite. The way you introduce yourself, everything counts. Everything matters. So all of these things, you need to be professional when approaching people. All of these things count. All right. Build a website. If you have a SoundCloud account and perhaps you can't afford a website, that's fine. Upload your demos there. Upload your samples there. People need to find you. If they can't find you, then you're just wasting your time. You're just wishing that you could be a voiceover talent. All right. But when your work is visible, then people can hire you. People can see and hear what you can do with your voice. All right, and people can even hire you directly. They may not have to go through an agency to be able to hire you. They just hire you directly. All right, so personal branding, business skills, very, very important. All right, networking skills, very, very important. Another thing that you need to develop is your creative skills. You need to be very creative. How you're presenting yourself, how you're going about your presentation, that's also very, very, very important. Do you have a logo? You know, what colors are you going to come up with for your brand? All of these things are important. You need to be creative. You need to stand out. You need to single yourself out because there are so many talents in the industry. How you stand out matters. What will single you out from every other person? The industry is saturated. There are so many good people. There are talents. All right. So your journey or your career should not even be about competing with people, because there are so many good people. When you see portfolios or more, oh god. If you go to Clubhouse, you go to Twitter, if you look at people's portfolios, their portfolios are rich. Their portfolios are so good. And you're like, man, when will I get to this stage? But that shouldn't be your problem. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on your own strategies. And that's why all of these things, all of these tips that I'm providing you with, they will help you if you apply them. Only if you apply them. If you're just wishing and you're saying, I want to do this, and you're not carrying out any of these steps, you'll be frustrated. And that's why I said you need to build your passion. Your passion will help you to be accessible, to be visible, to be practical and intentional about every step that you take. All right? So your creativity is key. Your creativity is what will make you stand out from every other person. You need to think of it, right? And while you're being creative, while you're improving your skills, you want to ensure that you are also consuming content, various content, stand-up comedy, acting, theater, productions. Just have an overview of everything. Poetry. I'm not saying if you don't like poetry, you have to force yourself to like poetry, but just keep an open mind to learning and to consuming content, because all of these things will help you. All right, it will help you to be more creative, more disruptive. Perhaps if a concept has been done before, you can do it another way. All right, so ideas are everywhere. You just have to find out how you can apply these ideas to your own advantage. So everything is a strategy, everything is a plan. You need to develop that in the course of your career. All right, so like I said, you need networking skills, you need negotiation skills, and that is what a good training institution will teach you. They'll teach you business skills, how to approach clients, how to go about email etiquettes. All of these things are important because you always want to appear professional. When a client calls you over the phone, don't discuss money with them over the phone. It's not professional to do that. But everything should be done via email, professionally. And then, of course, you have to be educated about the rates, how much you are earning, just so that you don't get cheated, right? So all of these things matter. And then collaboration, that's another important point, okay? If Emeka can do audio engineering and Cynthia is a good script writer, and perhaps Raymond can do voiceover, you can all work together. You can unify your talents, right, and experiences, and you can create dope content. So don't always think everything has to be individual work all the time. No, you can actually come together and create strategies that can work. You can form a club whilst you're in school. You can form a club, the voiceover club. Look for the best talents, the people that are good at script writing, the people that are good at voice acting or doing voiceovers, the people that are good with the tech aspect, the editing aspect. That's very important. Although I must say that if you are looking to be a successful voiceover talent or voiceover artist, you need to work on developing editing skills, because now clients like to work with voiceover talents that have a home studio. So if you have your own home studio, then it's going to do you a lot of good. All right, you stand a chance of getting more jobs than people who don't have a home studio. So you need to develop your editing skills. You need to ensure that every voiceover that you're doing, you're saving money to buy equipment, a microphone, a mic stand, an interface, a computer, cabling, a pop filter. All of these things, you need to buy equipment, and then you need software. You need to know how to use Adobe Audition. You need to know how to use Audacity. Pro Tools, all of these software that can help you edit your voiceover work. So you see, it's a process, it's a holistic thing. Voiceover is not only voice. It's acting, it's reading, it's editing, it's negotiation, it's networking, it's personal branding. It's a holistic thing, all right? So collaboration will help you. If you're just thinking, but I don't know how to edit, voice it. Get somebody who's good at editing, work with them. So it will be in your own best interest to consider collaboration as a very important skill, as an important aspect of your career, all right? So collaboration skills, very, very important. And then you want to ensure that you're taking care of your voice. God, it is important that you hydrate. You see this? Water. I'm not going to advertise Eva Water. I won't advertise Eva Water. But water is very, very important, all right? Because you need to stay hydrated at all times. You need to drink water. You need to ensure that you're not taking any harmful substances. You're not yelling. You're not straining your voice. You're not taking things that are too cold. You're not taking anything that's too harmful, because your voice is an instrument. It's not only a talent. Don't just see it as a talent that you can use at any time, because you can. It's an instrument. If you abuse it, one day your voice will switch off on you. And if you cannot use it to do work, then you're going to complicate things for yourself, for your pockets, for your account. Do you understand? So you need to take care of your voice. Vocal care, very, very important. And then I believe in the power of vocal affirmation. You telling your voice that your voice is unique, your voice is good enough, your voice is beautiful, it has potential, it will accomplish great things. Always tell yourself these things. Be optimistic, because you will get a lot of rejections. I have normalized rejections. I've normalized it. Every week I get rejections. I audition from time to time, so I'm used to getting rejection emails. But the thing is that even as I get rejection emails, I get acceptance emails as well. So you need to focus on what works. Don't focus on what is not working. As a matter of fact, see rejections as a redirection for you. So you might even be able to, you should always be able to evaluate your experiences, review your past work. What did you do wrong that can be better? How are you improving your skills to become better at what you're doing? Okay? Always be open to constructive criticism. Ask people. I always ask people. And the thing about constructive criticism is that it doesn't have to come from only voiceover artists. You need to put yourself in a position of the consumer. So always ask yourself, if I'm the listener, will I buy this product? Will I patronize this service? Does this sound believable? Is it relatable? You always need to ask yourself that. I always ask my friends, my family, and I'm like, please listen to this voiceover. Forget the voice, forget that it's my voice. Is it relatable? And if they tell you yes, it's relatable, then you know you're doing something right. But if they tell you that it's not relatable, then you need to take a clue from that, take a hint from that, and improve, your skills as you go through the course of your career, right? Because these guys, your family, your friends, the everyday people, the everyday people, they are the ones that listen to voiceovers. They are the ones that buy products, patronize services, buy into concepts. So if your voiceover is not relatable, then people will tune out of the message. And you don't want that to happen, because even as you're endorsing a brand, or you're doing voiceovers for a brand, you are endorsing your own brand. And that's why I said voiceover is the art of performing words in a believable and authentic manner. Your voice is unique, your voice is authentic. And so you're selling that authenticity. You are endorsing your own vocal signature. So that is very, very important. All right? So vocal care, vocal affirmation, all of these things count. And then be patient. Like I said, you are going to get a lot of rejection emails. While you are looking for work, some will work out, some will not work out. But be patient. All right? Be kind to yourself. If you're getting rejection emails, instead of you being hard on yourself, think about why you're getting those rejection emails. It could be that your audio quality is poor. Your voice may be nice, your voice may be really good, but your audio quality is poor. And that's why you need to focus on getting the best results. Even if you're building a home studio, it's not by equipment, so you can get the best equipment. But if your environment is not good enough, you're going to have problems. So during the course of this conversation I'm having with you, you may have been hearing ping, 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 pom, 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 because my background or my recording space right now is just, it's just open. It's not in an enclosed space. So for voiceover, You need to have that enclosed space, perfect space that would filter out background noise. So it's a holistic thing. But be kind to yourself. Have a checklist. Have you gotten training? Okay. Are you practicing consistently? Okay. Are you collaborating with people? Are you able to work as a team? Okay. Are you working on your editing skills? Yes. Okay. So have a checklist. Always ensure that you are checking what has been done, what hasn't been done right, and then you fix it. All right? So review your experiences, evaluate your experiences from time to time. What have I done? What am I doing right? What am I not doing right? Okay? Because if you want to get the best results, you have to get it correctly. You have to come correct. All right? So be patient, and then always keep an open mind to learning. Like I said, consume content widely. Spoken word, comedy, corporate work, documentaries, narration, any area at all that you come across, anything at all, theater, stage productions. Always just keep an open mind. There's always something to learn from everything. You might just pick one idea. When you consume content generally, you might pick one idea that you can use, and that content can just go viral. People will share it, and you never can tell where it will take you. All right? You have to be a local talent with a global mindset. Your voice can take you to can open global doors for you. So everything doesn't always have to be within the shores of Nigeria. All right? And that's why I'm saying that you need to be visible. Put yourself out there. Create content. Where can I find your voice samples? How can I hear you? SoundCloud, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, anything, any platform at all. Put your voice samples there. Then put a link so that when people find that link, they can tap on it and they can find your voice. All right? And then celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. So today, perhaps, maybe somebody called you for a voiceover job. Document your experience. Oh, I got a job today. This was my experience. I was nervous at first, but during the course of the work, I became more confident, and I even had fun. I enjoyed it. When you document your experience, it's your own way of encouraging yourself, encouraging you to be confident, to be comfortable, and to be passionate about what you do. Right? I can hype you. Omo, I dey hype. I can hype you, but if you're not hyping yourself, then it's easy for you to hold back. You might give up easily. You might be frustrated. You might not want to keep up. But when you document your experiences and you encourage yourself, then you're boosting your confidence. Then you're becoming more passionate. You're becoming happy with what you're doing, and it makes your work easier. It makes your life easier. Because voiceover artists can be in this lonely bubble. They can be in this bubble, and it can be really difficult because you feel lonely. You feel like things are not really working out sometimes. But when you encourage yourself and you belong to a wider community, then you know that, oh wow, we are together. I'm not the only one. You too. And then you're able to hold yourself accountable to your own work. You're able to hold others accountable to their own work. And that's why I said it would be good for you to form a club. Maybe have a voiceover club where you're able to keep a check on everything that you're doing. Review all your experiences. It will help you. Document your experiences. Be consistent. All right? Be consistent. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some times that you may feel like you're tired, right? You may not be inspired. You may lack inspiration for being consistent. But during these times, be kind to yourself. Understand what the problem is. It could be that you're going through a depressive episode, or you're overwhelmed with work. It happens all the time. Trust me. It could even be that your voice is so tired, But be kind to yourself. Hydrate, drink water, rest your voice, hold back. You can take breaks, but always ensure that you're being consistent. You're updating your knowledge, updating your skills, updating everything about what you know about voiceovers. All right? You're consuming content. You're just in a space where you're just in this place where you're putting yourself in a position to grow, to move forward. You need that. You need to be consistent at all times. And please do not compete with anybody. Do not compete with anybody. You cannot compete. There are people that have been doing this for years. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. People have been doing this since when they were 5 years old, 6 years old. You can't compete with those kind of people. Focus on your own strategies, your own plan. Have a checklist. What have you done? Take it off. What do you need to revisit? Because that you've done it before does not mean it's good enough. You need to revisit it. You revisit the idea. All right? So you always need to have a checklist. Be open to constructive criticism. That's the only way that you grow. All right? And then belong to a wider community. Clubhouse, Twitter, you'll see voiceover talents from all around the world. India, America, United Kingdom. Engage in conversations, voiceover conversations that would give you more knowledge, that would help you to evaluate your experience as a voiceover talent. There are things that you may not have been doing right, but when you engage in conversations, then you have the knowledge. You'll be able to realize the things that you've been doing wrongly that you can fix, right? And don't be too hard on yourself. Please, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you're getting rejections, it's not an excuse for you to say, you're not doing it again. No. Just keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Keep up. Keep being consistent. And I guarantee you that you will excel in your voiceover career. You will not only become a household name or a name that is locally known. You'll become globally known. Because there are opportunities everywhere. The Americans are looking for Nigerian talent. The British people are looking for Nigerian talent clients are looking for Nigerian talent to do work. So the opportunities are there. The industry exists. But are you educated enough to know what you can do with your voice? Are you educated to know the areas where you can carve a niche for yourself in the industry? You can do voiceovers in Pidgin. Not every time English language. You can do voiceovers in Pidgin. The Pidgin industry is not as saturated as the English industry, right? The English or the English aspect in the voiceover industry. So you can do Pidgin. So gather information. Always put yourself in a position where you're able to get results. Have a reputation for getting results. Don't say tomorrow I'll do it. Next week I'll do it. Next year I'll do it. Do it now. If you can't do it now, create a deadline. By Friday, I should be able to talk to this person, to talk to this producer. I should be able to send 5 emails to 5 different people, telling them what I do and how I can be of service, how I can, add value to their service, how I can sell their products. Give yourself a deadline. All right? I really do hope that all of these tips that I've provided you with today, you'll be able to apply them for practical results, and you'll be able to put yourself in a position whereby you're enjoying what you're doing. You're not bored, you're not tired, you're not frustrated, because you're passionate, because you're kind to yourself, because you're optimistic, and because you're practical. So I implore each and every single one of you to be practical, to be intentional, and to be extremely passionate about voiceover. Thank you so much for having me. I really do hope that you apply everything I've said, and I wish you all the best in your individual voiceover careers. God bless you. Bye.